Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a MHSAA production of the Ladies Varsity Regional Quarterfinals basketball between the Mackinac City Comets and the Hillman Tigers. Covering the game tonight is a group of HHSBC students. I am Cam Koenig alongside Fisher Linsman. Camera tonight will be Jordan Berry, and computer is Eddick Sedlow. Now cutting down to a quick interview by Fisher Linsman with Coach Gujinski of the Tigers. Excuse me, Coach might have went to the locker room for a minute, so we're not really sure where he went. So in the game previous to this, between St. Ignace and Pickford, St. Ignace came out on top with a score of with a score of 55-38. So the winner of the game between the Mackinac City Comets and Hillman Tigers will face St. Ignace here on Thursday. On March 12th, Thursday, here in Rudyard. Let's have a quick moment with Coach Kuzinski for the Tigers.
Okay. Okay, 1 second. Thank you. So, Coach, I know this is the regional game. How do you think you're going to do? What are your preparations?
I think we're ready to play. Our last two games have definitely have this tournament ready. We played with intensity, and I would expect us to come out the same way today, and I think both of our teams match up pretty well, so I think you're going to see a good game.
I heard they have a pretty good defense. What defense?
They've been running some zone, but, you know, this time of year, you don't hold anything back, so we're prepared for anything they throw at us.
Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for those kind words by the Hillman coach on how he's prepared for this really big game. Tigers haven't made it here since 2002. So with
rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. So many times it happens too fast. You trade your passion for blood.
Well, the time here before this game started is 6:17 left to go till the start of this game. Regional finals, Comets versus Tigers.
Fisher, what are some things that the Comets should do to prepare for this game against the Tigers?
Well, I know that Coach just said they're going to run a lot of man-to-man. He said they've been running zone all year, but the Tigers, I think, are going to go man-to-man. It's the playoffs. You don't hold anything back. You shoot as much as you can at them. And, I mean, if I were in the playoffs, I would just shoot at them and not let them take a breath. Just keep trucking and get ahead at first and make them feel like they have to come back really quick, and it'll mess them all up.
I mean, already in this court from previous, it's really hot in here. So I wonder how that's going to affect the players.
Yeah, it's like playing down in Texas.
I mean, you can't. If your players are getting overheated, then it's not going to be a good game for them.
Watch student-produced video on high school action and a variety of athletic and non-athletic activities from around the state on the MHSAA.TV website. Over the past 3 years, school broadcast program members have produced over 6,000 events online. Get your school involved. Visit MHSAA.TV for more information. The competition is finished for nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes. And we're vying for 32 $1,000 college scholarships through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award. Sponsored by Farm Bureau Insurance. Check out the MHSAA website. Scholarship recipients. Applicants for students graduating during the 2015-16 school year will be available exclusively on the MHSAA website in the fall.
It's really warm in here. I don't know if I got the heat turned all the way up or what, but I had to come in dressed for this game. I'm wishing I could just wear like a t-shirt, maybe shorts or something. Right now they're shooting their free throws, getting ready for this game.
So with 1 minute left until game time, Coach Kruzinski of the Tigers and Coach Adam Stefanski of the Comets are both making their final game time preparations, telling their team what to do, what not to do. I mean, going over strategies.
Yeah.
And then as both teams line up for the national anthem of our country,
Good evening.
let's tune into that.
High School Athletics Association welcomes you to Red Yard High School for today's district regional game in Class D girls basketball tournament. Is there anything wrong with being a good sport? Of course not. Remember, nothing beats good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to stand. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts and our country by gentlemen removing their caps and everyone standing at attention, placing their hands over their hearts as we proudly sing our national anthem. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for today's game between the Comets of Mackinac City.
And now let's look at the starting lineup for the Hillman Tigers. You have, starting at guard, Vanessa Shook.
At forward, number
Another,
35, Kaylin
you have Eden Hunt,
Korzinski.
Kaylin Turzinski, Alyssa Jones, and Riley Applegrim.
Starting at forward for Mackinac City.
And for Mackinac City Comets, number 24,
Starting at forward
Lauren
for
Bell.
Number 34, Riley Applegrim.
Number 2, Paige LaHaye. Number 20, Chelsea Kloss. Number 22, Lily Alexander. And number 30, Catherine Witchorn.
Starting at guard for Hillman, number 20, Alyssa Jones. Starting at guard for Mackinac City, number 22, Lily Alexander. Starting at guard for Hillman, number 12, Vanessa Shook. Starting at guard for Mackinac City, number 20, Chelsea Kloss. Starting at guard for Hillman, number 10, Eden Hunt. And starting at guard for Mackinac City, number 2, Paige Leahy. The head coach of the Comets is Adam Stefanski. The head coach of the Tigers is John Kuzuski. Your officials for today's game are Joel Peppers, Joe Baker, and Gary McDonald.
So as we get ready for the start of for tip-off, both teams match up. Jumping for the Tigers, Eden Hunt. And for the Comets, it's Chelsea Kloss. And to start the game out is Tigers ball, but it's quickly stolen by the Comets. LaHaye will bring the ball up to court. Gives it over to Kloss. Kloss back to LaHaye. Now over to Alexander. Alexander guarded by Trzynski. Gives it over to Kloss. Back to Alexander. Alexander gives it into Kloss. Kloss tries to go up, but hits the bottom of the rim. Jones bringing up the court. Gives it up to Shook. Shook dribbling around trying to find someone open. Gives it over to Applegren. Applegren over to Jones. Jones into Trzynski. Trzynski with a little turnaround post, but just misses the hook shot. Kloss to bring the ball up the court for the Comets. Gives it over to Alexander. Alexander to dribble. Gives it in to Bell. Bell to LaHaye. Now back over to Alexander. Gives into Kloss. Kloss trying to back down. Gives it into Bell. Bell to Kloss. Kloss with a shot, but just misses. Shook on the fast break, bringing it up the court, gets trapped. Throws the ball to Kloss. Kloss for the Comets, bringing it up court. And while driving in, Applegren gets called for the block for the Tigers. So Kloss will be shooting 2 for the Comets.
Shooting free throws now. Shooting their first 2. Drains it.
Shooting her second.
Makes
Makes
them
that
both.
one. So that makes it 2-0. Mackinac City over the Tigers. Shook with the ball up the court. Gives it over to Jones. Jones back to Shook. Shook gives it to Applegren. Applegren in the corner to Hunt. Hunt way over to Jones. Jones driving in, goes up for a layup. Just off the mark. Rebound by Trzynski. Trzynski with the layup. Misses that one. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up again. Makes that one. Ties the game 2-2 with 6:19 left in the quarter. Comets having trouble getting the ball up the court. Finally, Alexander bringing it up. Gives it over to LaHaye. LaHaye guarded pretty good by Shook. Gives it over to Kloss. Kloss back to LaHaye. Now gives it into Alexander. Alexander to drive in, gives it into Kloss. Kloss puts it up, makes that one. Makes it 4-2. Comets over the Tigers with 5:50 left. Shook way up the court to Eden Hunt. Eden Hunt loses the ball, but ends up getting it back with Kloss. Kloss holds on, gets called for a jump ball, so it'll be Comets ball. Alexander gets it, gives it back to Kloss. Kloss to bring it up. Gives it over to Alexander. Alexander way up the court to LaHaye. LaHaye back to Kloss. Kloss hands it off to LaHaye. LaHaye back to Kloss. Kloss with the fake gets it up. And one called. Makes the free throw. Shook to bring the ball up the court. Gives it into Applegren. Applegren to Trzynski. Trzynski with the turnaround. Gets it, but just short on her shot. Makes it. So score here 7-4. Comets over. 7-2. Comets over Tigers. make that 9-2 with 5 minutes, 7 seconds. Timeout called by Hillman. Comets coming out with an early lead.
Yeah, they've been doing pretty good. They've just been pushing hard and just kept pushing. Didn't.
Sign up for free at edperks.com.
Well, all of their 7 points, Chelsea Kloss made. That nobody else has made any points this game. And for Hillman, Kaylin Torzinski made the 1 bucket for 2.
Bring ball up the court for the Tigers will be Shook. Shook is over Appleton. Now back to Shook. Shook dribbling it over. Gives it over to Hunt. Hunt looking to pass. Gives it over to Shook. Now into Jones. Jones to drive in. Gives it over to Apgren. Apgren back to Shook. Shook looking for, goes for the 3, but decides not to. Gives it over to Hunt. Hunt back to Jones. Jones to drive in. Misses. Rebound by Alexander for the Comets. She'll bring the ball up the court. Gives it to LaHaye. LaHaye back to, or over to Kloss. Kloss for the shot, just misses. Jones with the rebound for the Tigers. Tries to pass over to Trzynski, but Trzynski moves out of the way. Over to Shook. And then Shook with the ball, gives it over to Jones. Jones looking for the 3. Decides not to take it. Hunt with the ball. Drives it in, but tries to pass it in while in there, but it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Comets ball. Alexander gets the inbound pass. Driving up the court. Almost gets it stolen by Shook. Puts the bucket in, taking it on her own to the basket. Appelgren with the ball, gives it over to Hunt in the corner, gives it over to Shook. Shook to drive in with the dish out to Jones. Jones to Shook. Shook for the triple in the corner. Make it 11-5 with 3:30 left. With the Tigers losing to the Comets. Kloss having trouble getting the ball. Gives it over to Alexander. Gets called for a time violation, not getting it over half court in time.
Morgan's coming in from Alyssa.
Morgan Arman. Tigers ball. Appgren inbounds it way over to Hunt in the corner, but looks like Kloss for the Comets will get called for a foul. So the Tigers ball inbounds it to Trzynski. Trzynski with the easy 2 points makes it 11-7. Tigers still down. 3:09 left. Kloss bring ball up the court and coverage. Dribbling over in the corner, gives it up to Alexander. Alexander gives it to Kloss. Kloss into Bell. Bell just misses. Rebound by Arman. Arman bring ball up the court, gives it up to Appelgren. Appelgren in trouble. Gives it to Arman. Arman gives it back to Appelgren. Now to Shook. Shook gives it into Arman. Arman into Trzynski. Trzynski for the shot. Just misses. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up for 2. Timeout. Timeout called by Mackinac City.
This has been some wonderful gameplay by the Tigers. I mean, it looked like the Comets were just going to blow them away first, but now Kaylin Torzinski has scored 6 points in the first quarter so far. And Vanessa Shook with that 3 gives them the 9 points all there. And over here, that Chelsea Kloss has made most of her points. She made 2 free throws, 6 points. And Lily Alexander, number 22, scored a 2-point bucket. So
with 2:35 left, it is 11-9 in the first, with the Comets still over the Tigers. This is starting to turn out to be a really good game in the first quarter. So as both teams come back out on the court, it'll be Comet ball. Inbounding it is Kloss. Kloss into Alexander. Alexander dribbling it up, gives it to Bell. Bell gives it back to Kloss. Kloss to LaHaye. LaHaye gives it way over to Alexander. Alexander into Bell. Bell gives it out to Kloss. Kloss has a little trouble finding the ball. Gives it in. And out to LaHaye. Back to LaHaye. LaHaye gives it over to Kloss. Kloss for the jumper. Just catches the back of the rim. Misses. Rebound by Hunt for the Tigers. Gives it up to Shook. Shook to drive in. Foul called on the Comets. Looks like it's on number 30, Catherine Watchorn. Shook gets the inbound. Gives it over to Hunt. Hunt will get called for the travel. Took one too many steps there. So it'll be Comets ball. LaHaye gets the inbound. Now Kloss gets the inbound pass, but it goes, or gets the pass, just misses. Applegreen gets the ball in the corner for the Tigers and makes the triple. So tie it up with 1:39 left in the first quarter. Bell gets it for the Comets. Now gives it to Kloss, who will bring it up the court. Running into her own teammate. Shook with almost with the steal. Watchorn with it, gives it to LaHaye. LaHaye for three, off the mark. Rebound by Armin for the Tigers. She will bring the ball up the court, gives it over to Applegren. Applegren over to Hunt. Hunt for three, just misses. Rebound by Armin. Armin with a turnaround jumper, makes the turnaround J. 13-11, Tigers finally on top. The pass from LaHaye to Kloss is broken up, hit out of bounds by Tigers, so it'll be Comet ball.
Coming for Applegren is Morgan Dove.
Bell brings the ball up the court, gives it over to Kloss for the Comets. Now to LaHaye, now back to Kloss. Kloss guarded by Dove as she drives in, goes up for the shot, misses, rebounds, gets her own rebound, puts it back up for two, ties it up again with 41 seconds. Shook to bring the ball up the court. Looks like there's a foul called on the Comets.
Coming in for Kaylin Torzinski now is
Alyssa Jones.
number 3.
Dove gets it, gives it over to Jones for the Tigers, gives it back to Dove. Now into Shook. Shook with the pump fake. Drive in with the right-handed floater. Makes that one. 15, 13, 18 seconds. Bell gets it. No, it's stolen by Tracy. Tracy to Jones. Jones gives it to Tracy. Tracy for three. That one rims out. Rebound by Jones. Jones puts it up, gets fouled with 6 seconds left. We'll go to the line, shooting two.
It's always fun when you go shooting a couple seconds left. Shooting free throws now is Alyssa Jones. Misses her first.
That one just caught the front of the rim.
Makes it that one.
So that'll make it 15-13. Tigers on top. 4-3. Kloss having trouble getting up the court. Time runs out. Tigers were losing for the first part of the quarter, but came out on top 16-13.
Now they're up by 3 here at the start of the second quarter.
How much fun you have after the game. Take your ticket stub from tonight's
Well,
game.
in the first quarter, this is the first quarter recap right here. Vanessa Shook has had one tray. That was a big game changer in this game. I think that brought a lot of confidence to this team. Alyssa Jones here with one free throw. Applegren with a 2-point bucket. And Torzinski got 6 2-point buckets. Morgan Armour with a 1 2-point. Now over to the Comets. Chelsea Kloss still hammered in there. Got 2 free throws, and now 8 two-point buckets. And then Lily Alexander still hanging in there with 2. Here we go. We start the second half. Second quarter here now. Excuse me.
Tigers ball. Shook to inbound it to Dove. Dove for the Tigers. Tries to pass over Jones. Ball is stolen by Kloss for the Comets. Gives it over to her teammate, and the ball is stolen by Armin. Armin gives it over to Shook. Gives it to Jones, to Tracy. Now Jones for 3. Oh, just rims out. Now Armin with the rebound. Gets blocked, but it's recovered by Jones. Jones with 2. Baseball pass now. One hand blocked by Armin. Dove dribbling up top of the court, gives it over to Jones. Jones for 3, misses that one right off the rim. Shook trying to save that one from going out of bounds, but just misses, so it'll be Comet ball. Comet's trying to get the full court press here. Gives it up to LaHaye. Well, Kendra LaHaye. Now back to Kloss. Now to Bell. Bell dribbling around, almost gets it stolen. Gives it to Kloss. Kloss back to Bell. Stolen by Shook. Shook with the easy little lay-in there off the steal. Makes that one 18-13. 6:45 left. Morgan Dove for the Tigers will get called for a hold.
Coming for the Tigers now is Korzynski and Hunt. Julia Hunt.
Kloss to bring the ball up the court for the Comets. Almost gets it stolen by Applegreen. Gives it over to LaHaye. Now over to her teammate. Ball pass there is stolen by Shook. Shook misses the lay-in and goes out of bounds. So the Comets ball. Gives into LaHaye. Now to Kloss for the Comets. Gives it over to Jones for the Comets there. Now to Kloss. Now up the court to Bell. Bell goes up for the shot, just misses. Trzynski going way up the court on a fast break to Shook. Shook gets fouled by Kloss of the Comets, so she'll be shooting 2.
Free throws. Vanessa Shook shooting the first of 2. Step up the line, dribbling. Shoots. Rhymes it.
Now coming in for the Comets is Watchorn.
Shooting a second. Drains that one.
Coming in for Vanessa Shook is Eden Hunt. Ball is given up to the Comets. Now given to Kloss. Now given to LaHaye. LaHaye dribbling up top. Gives to Kloss. Now back to LaHaye. LaHaye guarded by Julia. Passes looking for her teammate, but it looks like a little miscommunication there between her and her whoever who's passing to. Now Hunt gives it over to Applegren. Applegren to Armin. Armin misses the easy jumper. Rebounded by Kloss with 5 minutes 31 seconds. Score 22-13. Tigers over the Comets. Timeout called by Mackinac City Comets.
When you or someone you love is sick, you do your research. Sparrow, Mid-Michigan's largest health system, offers some of the most advanced medical care in the world. Where you go for help, care matters.
The Tigers are doing really good in the second quarter.
They've had a really big comeback.
Yeah, they've gone from down 7 to up by like, I'd say
9.
10.
They're up by 9 right now. Kloss to pass in, gives it to LaHaye. LaHaye, guarded by Julia Hunt, gives it over to Bell. Or excuse me, Alexander. Now gives it to LaHaye. Now back to Alexander. Alexander to drive in. Now to LaHaye. LaHaye in to Bell. Pass is broken up. Kloss gets the loose ball with the shot. With the lucky bounce off the rim. Makes that one. So it'll be 22-15. 5-5 left in the half. Trzynski tries to go for the lay and misses. Rebound by Hunt, or Julia Hunt. Misses. Jump ball called. Coming in for the Tigers is Alyssa Jones and Shook. The inbound pass is stolen. Stolen by Hunt, given to Applegren, who makes that bucket. Makes it 24-15, 4:40 left in the half. Kloss bring it up, gives it to LaHaye. LaHaye over to Alexander. Now to LaHaye, to Alexander. Over into Kloss, but it's stolen. Pass way up the court to Shook. Shook with the easy lay-in, makes it 26-15, 4:20 left in the half. Ooh, inbound pass almost stolen by Applegren. Kloss with the easy lay-in for the Comets. Calling way down the court on her own. Applegren gives it over to Shook. Shook back to Applegren. Now back to Shook, who takes it across half court, gives it to Hunt. Hunt to Shook. Now over to Jones into Trzynski, but pass is broken up. LaHaye for the Comets will bring the ball up the court. Brings across half court, gives over to Alexander. Alexander LaHaye into Kloss. Gives it in to Watchhorn, but foul's called. Foul's called on Alyssa Jones. Coming in for Alyssa Jones is Karina Tracy. Pass into LaHaye. LaHaye gives it over to Kloss. Kloss having trouble. Gives it in with the little lay-in, just misses. Shook bring the ball up the court for the Tigers. Gives it over to Applegren. Applegren back to Shook. Shook to Applegren into Hunt. Hunt with the fake to drive in. Just misses. Now rebounded by Bell. Bell with the lay-in, taking it all the way, just misses it. Applegren gives it to Shook for the Tigers, brings it up the court, gives it back to Applegren. Applegren to Shook. Shook for 3, just off the rim. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, but airballs it just over the rim. Gets her own rebound again. Gives it into Tracy. Tracy for the jumper. Makes it 28-17, 2:35 left. LaHaye gives it to Kloss. Kloss for the Comets will drive it up. Who trips.
Coming in for Tigers now is number 41, Morgan Armin, for Kaylin Trzynski.
Julia
Hunt coming in for Eden Hunt.
So the Comets ball. Both teams with 5 fouls. Gives it to Kloss. Now to LaHaye. Now to Kloss. Into her teammate. Pass broken up by Julia Hunt, who gives it to Shook, who brings it across half court. Shook over to Applegren, who drives it in, gives it to Armin. Armin misses the layup. Foul called. foul called on Karina Tracy. Timeout called by Tigers. 28-17, Tigers over Comets with 2:07 left in the second period.
Whoa, here in the second quarter so far, Vanessa Shook has been really good. She's got 1 tray, two 2-point buckets, and 2 free throws. And Listen Joel's got 1 free throw and two shots inside the arc. And Tracy's got a deuce in there. And Applegan's got 2 points. And Kayla Torzisi still with holding on to that 6 points, and Morgan Armour with 2. Now let's get back to the game with Cameron.
Okay, so there'll be Comets ball coming into the 2:07 left. Bring the ball up the court for the Comets is Alexander. Alexander gives it to Kloss, who gives it to Alexander. Alexander to drive in, gets it stolen by Shook. Shook to bring it up for the fast break, makes another 2 points, 1:50 left in the second quarter. 30-17, Tigers up over the Comets. Alexander to bring it up. Alexander gets called for the travel. To come in for her is Paige LaHaye. Shook, bringing it up the court, gives it over. Pass goes out of bounds. So the Comets ball. Paige LaHaye to bring the ball up the court. Gives it to Kloss. Kloss back to LaHaye. Now to Kloss, but its pass is broken up. Shook goes in for the left-handed layup. Makes that one. Puts another 2 up on her stat sheet. 32-17 Tigers over the Comets. That pass is picked off by Applegren. Applegren with the easy 2 points. Timeout called by Coach Stefanski of the Comets. Huge point run there for the Tigers.
These Tigers, they just keep hammering in points like piranhas to a dead fish. They just keep hammering it and just keep, one by one, just keep picking them away until they're all done.
So Vanessa Shook with the steal at half court, take it down unguarded.
And then Applegren, my bad, Applegren in there.
Chelsea Kloss looks like she's getting a little tired out there. I mean, same with Paige LaHaye. LaHaye with the little fake out pass gives it to Kloss. Kloss into her teammate, gives it back to Kloss. Now to LaHaye, back to Kloss, into Kendra LaHaye. Kendra LaHaye puts up the shot, just misses. Shook with the ball for the Tigers. Gets the pass, gives it over to Applegren. Applegren dribbling up towards half court with 35 seconds left. They're just going to try to waste time on the clock. 30 seconds. Gives it over to Shook. Now Shook to Applegren. Now to Julia Hunt. To Applegren. To Julia Hunt. To Armin. Back to Applegren. So with 15 seconds, they're just passing around. It looks like they're playing like monkey in the middle or something. Shook with the floater. Makes that one with 3 seconds too. Going into halftime here. Tigers up in the regional quarterfinals.
This has been an exciting game so far. Tigers going into the locker room happy. It's basically those Comets are going to have to push to even catch up here at this point.
So 36-17, Tigers had a huge run.
But, you know, that Comets, they only have one key player because they have 17 points. All but 2 has gone to that Chelsea Claus.
She's all over the court, but I mean, even your star player, even Michael Jordan had to take a few water breaks.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't just win a game with one star player. It's not like you can just.
Yeah, feed it into your other players, get them points.
It's not like you could just put Michael Jordan in with a whole bunch of Shaquille O'Neals. Like, I mean, no offense to him, he was tall, but that's about all he got.
My left, Shaquille O'Neal comes here and beats you up.
I would laugh too, because I get to meet him. Face to face. Okay, off subject. Well, Chelsea Claus, she's got 2 free throws. And right now, she's got 10 points. She's got 15 points, my bad. Okay, see you after second half.
17.
Don't do that. Jeez. Hey, you're saying passing, like build up the emotion, like they're like when. No, but like let's if they're really close to the. Hey, look up. Yes, I'm gonna be. Listen, I'm trying to help you. Alright? When they're getting like as close as they can to the corner, hey, when they're getting really close to there, start feeling that emotion up like, oh my god, they're about to score. No, they get stolen, you know? Yeah, you know right there. What? Where? Listen.
Yes, I am Mark Joseph. What do you want?
Hey, that's really good. Yes, what do you want? See what you got.
You know what I mean.
What am I just pulling out? Yeah. Okay. That's cold. That's cold.
Make the second half better than the first half. Okay. Huh? You did very well. Let's always make it better. Yeah? Now you're warmed up. Come on, cool down.
Physically warmed up or like?
Now we come back here for the second half, since we had a pretty nice run the first half.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, that Chelsea Kloss, I swear, she's the star of their team, but
Don't swear, that's not very nice.
Where do you go for care matters? Learn more at Sparrow.org. Choose wisely. Choose Sparrow.
oh, I'm sorry, Cameron.
Health system of the MHSAA.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Let's get back on basketball now.
High school basketball returns
So,
to
what's
Vincent Fieldhouse in East Lansing at the March Magic Hoop Fest, an interactive basketball experience for fans of all ages.
Okay, they're warming up here for the second half.
It's pretty warm in here. I think they're trying to cool down.
The Tiger. You're cold-blooded. If you're cold right now, you're cold-blooded.
You know, cold-blooded doesn't mean that you think it is. So let's get back on topic with basketball here in Rudyard for the girls varsity regional quarterfinals. 1 minute till the start of the second half. Tigers.
Actually, 1 minute, 5 seconds. Okay, let's.
Tigers up 36.
The Hillman Tigers up
17.
36, and the
Mackinac City Comets
Mackinac City Comets
at 17.
at 17 here.
So
Now
45.
they're clapping for themselves. I never do that, but I clap. The Tigers huddling up, football, calling the play. So, and
Get on topic. We're playing basketball here.
they have a ball at the end. I'm pretty good. Okay, Cameron. Let's see how they're about to do the start the second half. Let's see how you commentate.
Tigers will start off with the ball first. So, Applegren with the ball, gives it over to Shook. Shook driven baseline, gives it into Applegren. Applegren gives it over to Trzynski. Trzynski with the one-handed catch. Well, they called for a travel. Comets with the ball. Shook with the steal, puts it up for two, makes that right off the bat. 38-17, Hillman Tigers on top. Kloss to bring the ball up the court for the Comets. Gives it over to Alexander. Alexander to LaHaye. LaHaye to Alexander. Now back over to LaHaye. LaHaye trying to shoot but doesn't. Gives to Alexander to Kloss. Kloss for three. Ooh, just short on that one. Hits the rim. Rebound by Hunt. Shook bring ball up the court. Gives it over to Applegren. Applegren to Hunt. Hunt into Trzynski, but pass broken up. LaHaye with the ball. Gives it way up the court to Bell. Right through her hands. Goes out of bounds.
Well, she must have kept her eye on it because bounced back off the wall, hit her in the face.
Shook bring ball up the court for the Tigers. Gives it over to Jones. Jones to the Shook. Not Applegren, back to Shook. Shook to Jones. Jones goes for three. Misses that one. Rebound by Eden Hunt. Eden Hunt makes her first 2 points of the game. Makes it 40-17. Oh, it looks like the pass is stolen by Jones. Jones over to Shook. Shook for three. Gets fouled after the shot.
I think you're saying what all the refs are saying. He just looked on their lip. It's like, follow. After the shot.
Shook with the ball, gives it over to Applegren. Applegren to Shook. Shook to Hunt. Hunt tries to go into Trzynski again, but it gets stolen. Kloss to bring ball up the court. To drive in, he kicks it out to Jones for the Comets. Gives it to Kloss, now to LaHaye. LaHaye up top. Gives it way over to Jones for the Comets. Now to into Bell. Bell will be shooting two.
Shoot them free throws. Shooting first to two. Dribbling, spinning the ball in her hand. Shooting. Oh, rim's out, right off the rim. It released from her hand, went to the rim, hit the rim, bounced out, hit the floor, back to the ref, back to her now.
Coming in for Riley Applegren is Morgan Dove.
Second shot.
Mix that one.
Rains it.
Little less description on what happened there, but Shook bring ball up the court, gives Dove. Dove into Jones now, into the corner to Hunt. Now into Dove. To Shook to Dove, back to Shook. Shook for three. Drains that one. 4-3. 43-18. Hillman Tigers on top. 5:40 left. Ball is stolen again by Shook. Shook to put that one in.
I'm running out.
45-18.
I'm gonna ruin my paper for Shook. She's scored out more than I have ready on my paper.
Kloss bring ball up the court for the Comets, guarded by Shook. Gives it over to LaHaye. LaHaye into Jones for the Comets. Makes a two-pointer. 20-45 Tigers, Hillman Tigers on top. 5:09 left. Dove over to Shook, back to Dove. Dove into Jones. Back to Dove. Now into Shook. Shook for another three. Drains that one. Timeout called by Hillman.
Well, that's the third three this game from Vanessa Shook right there. She's scored the most points out of anybody on this.
With M-Perks. You can save extra every day on everyday items. Plus, make shopping easier with online.
Yeah, Vanessa Shook is the ones that have been, is the one that, the time is 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Vanessa Shook has been really good on offense, but on defense.
So, Comets with the ball. Ball is stolen by Hunt. Hunt gets pushed over. So ball will go out of bounds. It looks like it's Comets ball. Kloss for the Comets. Gives it to, or gets the ball after she passes it. Gives it back. Okay, so Alexander tries to pass it. It's just stolen by Eden Hunt. Morgan Dove with it. Gives it over to Vanessa Shook. Now to Dove. Now into Armin. Armin back to Dove. Now to Shook. Shook to drive in. Puts up a layup but misses. Bell for the Comets tries to save it from going out of bounds, but ends up hitting it out of bounds. So it'll be Tigers ball. Tracy to inbound it. Tries to get it to Shook, but it's stolen by Zinwicks, but Shook grabs a hold of the ball, so it's a jump ball, so the Tigers ball again. Pass into Tracy. Tracy with the shot, just misses. Rebound by Kendra LaHaye, who gives it to Paige LaHaye. Kloss gets the pass, goes up for three, makes the three for a Comet, so it'll be 48-23, 3:59 left in the third quarter. Dove brings the ball up the court for the Tigers, gives it over to Shook. Shook with the fake out, breaking ankles, goes up, but misses. Paige LaHaye to bring it up, gives it to Kloss. Kloss brings it across half court. Gives it over to Paige LaHaye, now to Kloss. Kloss into Bell, but it gets rebounded by Morgan Armin. Morgan Armin looks like she's hurt after the jump ball is called. But it'll be Comets ball. Pass in, goes to Paige LaHaye, now to Kloss. Gives it over to LaHaye. LaHaye gives it back to Kloss. Kloss into Zinwicks. Zinwicks gets called for the travel. So it'll be Tigers ball. 3:17 left in the third quarter. 48-23 Tigers over Comets. Shook gives it over to Dove. Dove into Tracy. Tracy gives it over to Shook, but pass is broken up, goes out of bounds. So it'll be Comets ball after it goes out of bounds.
Coming in for the Tigers now is Julia Hunt, number 14.
Bring the ball up the court for the Comets is Paige LaHaye. LaHaye to Kloss. Kloss tries to pass it back in, but it's broken up by Julia Hunt. Julia Hunt gives it to Dove, who brings it across the court, gives it into Jones. Jones gives it to Julia Hunt, who gets fouled.
And she's shooting too now. Let's go to these free throws at the foul line. Getting their foot planted. Dribbling. Shoots. Right off the rim. Number 24 hands it to the refs, hands it back. One more shot left, hands it back to Julia Hunt. Shooting her second. Makes that one.
She makes her first point of the game. Makes it 49-23, 2:46 in the third. Pass over to Paige LaHaye, almost broken up. Who gives it to Watchhorn, who jumps up but comes back down and gets called for travel. Shook brings the ball up the court for the Tigers. Brings it across half court, gives it to Alyssa Jones. Now over to Julia Hunt. Hunt will get called for a travel. Takes a step before she dribbles.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Score is 23-49. Hillman Tigers on top.
LaHaye will bring the ball up the court, gives it to Kloss. Kloss in double coverage, gives it over to Paige LaHaye, who gives it over to Zinwicks, Becker, but who shoots it but misses. Foul called on Lauren Bell with the push. Coming in for Vanessa Shook is Riley Applegren. We'll bring it up the court. tries to give it over to Tracy, but is picked off by Bell. Bell tries to get it up, but has trouble dribbling. Applegren bringing up the court for the Tigers. Gives it over to Dove. Now back to Applegren, now into Tracy. Tracy jumps up, gives it to Hunt. Hunt gives it out to Jones. Jones to drive in. Misses it. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, gets fouled. Shooting two.
Jinx.
1 minute 41 left in the third quarter.
Shooting first to two, Alyssa Jones. Drains it.
Coming in for Karina Tracy is Eden Hunt. Drains her second.
Drains it.
Paige LaHaye will bring the ball up the court. Gives it over to Kloss. Kloss to LaHaye. Now back to Kloss, who gives it over to Becker. Excuse me. Now Kloss will drive in, tries to get it in. Pass is tipped up and stolen by Julia Hunt, who gives it up to Morgan Dove. Dove to Applegren, but having timeout called by the ref. Water bottle ends up rolling out on the court. Yeah, the runaway water bottle.
Yeah, those things just sprout legs and run away sometimes. I mean, it's like, no, I don't want you drinking out of me no more. It's just, I'm out of here. Pack my stuff and leave.
Okay, after that, now Morgan Dove gives it into Jones, who gives it back to Dove. Dove will get called for a double dribble as she's driving in.
And if you think I'm joking about that water bottle thing, I've seen him just pick up, walk out of Walmart.
You're crazy.
Thank you. My doctor calls me that.
Kloss brings it up the court, gives it over to Jones for the Comets. Now back to Jones, now to Alexander, but Eden Hunt gets called for a block. Hunt shaken up.
After that injury by Eden Hunt, Morgan Arman comes in.
Alexander gets the inbound, gives it to Kloss. Kloss with the pull-up shot, misses. Rebound by Julia Hunt. Julia Hunt brings the ball up the court. Hands it off to Dove. Dove waved the court to Jones. Jones back to Dove. Now waved the court to Arman. Arman with a little dish into
Alyssa Jones,
who puts it up, makes two, so it'll be 53-23, 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Tigers over the Comets.
beat you.
Kloss drives in, guarded by Hunt. Julia Hunt breaks up the pass. She's driving up the court with 10 seconds left. Applegren over to Jones. Jones into Hunt. Jones gets the pass in, or gets the rejected pass. Shoots the buzzer beater, but misses. So at the end of the third quarter, let's take a look at our stats.
Well, for these Comets, I mean, they've been doing pretty good, but they only have one star player. I mean, Chelsea Kloss has made all but two of their points so far. Haley Jones has made a 2 point. So we got 4 points that she hasn't made, but that's still like 19 points she's made out of 23.
Well, we got our Michael Jordan of the team, and
MJ.
Well, looks like
now if she can just dunk from the free throw line, she'd be just like them.
Comets look like they need to feed the ball into their other players.
Above the rim.
Okay, so Applegren takes the ball on that note, gives it in to the corner to Trzynski. Trzynski whipped court to Shook. Shook with the floater. Ooh, just misses that one. Not sure who gets the rebound. Everybody's like bobbling it like those beach balls at the concerts. Looks like it'll be Comet ball. 7:40 left in the game.
No, it's basketball, not Comet ball.
Okay, so Paige LaHaye gets it, gives it in to Bell. Bell gives it out to LaHaye. LaHaye for two, misses. Rebound by Bell.
Fighting for the ball like it's the last cookie on the tray. Cameron, you know you fought for that last cookie from before.
So if you comment ball or pass gets broken up by Jones, but it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Comet ball. So Watchhorn will get it, gives it over to a Comet player. And the pass is broken up by Trzynski, who gives it to Shook. Shook to Applegren. Applegren gives it into Jones, or to Hunt. Hunt to Trzynski. Kaylin Trzynski, first three. 55-23. 6:50 left in the game. Paige LaHaye gives it over to Becker. Becker tries to feed it into Bell, but it's stolen by Julia Hunt. Julia Hunt takes it coast to coast and gets called for the charge.
On what? What'd you buy?
So it'll be Comet ball.
Coming in for Comets is number 15. Tori
Zinwicks. Paige LaHaye.
My bad to that
ball.
family out there.
Oh, the pass from LaHaye into Zinwicks is broken up, hit out of bounds by Julia Hunt, who now goes to the bench. Zinwicks get the pass in, gives it to Kloss. Kloss for two. Buries that one. Applegren bring the ball up the court for the Tigers. Gives it over to Tracy. Tracy into Shook. Shook to Tracy. Tracy for three. Banks it in. The bank's open.
But it's Tuesday. I thought the bank opens on Monday. So wouldn't it still be open if it opened on Monday?
Okay, Paige LaHaye gives it to Kloss, who gives it back to LaHaye, who gives it to Kloss. Kloss to drive in. Taking it in on her own. Passes it out to Watchhorn. Watchhorn with the rainbow. Makes it from the elbow.
She's watching that horn and shooting these baskets.
That's not very nice.
I know.
Okay.
I apologize. I had to.
Shook gets the ball, dribbling up to the top of the court. Just dribbling it around. Gives it over to Tracy. Tracy tries to force it into Applegren, but it's stolen by Paige LaHaye, who will bring the ball up the court for the Comets. The pass, trying to force into Bell, is given to Zinwicks, who shoots it, rebounded by Bell. Bell puts it up for the shot, makes it. Applegren bring the ball up the court for the Tigers. Gives it over to Shook. Timeout called by Tigers. 4:51 left in the game. It's Tigers 58.
Ha!
Comets 29.
Ain't that just something? Each team has 4 fouls and it's the fourth quarter. 4-4-4 right up there. And there's 4 minutes and 51 minutes on the clock. That's buy a lotto ticket, make a wish.
Okay, so on that note, with
It's
Fisher,
a good note too.
so with
Yep.
Fisher here
Thank you.
making the comments on. He's kind of like the practical jokester because he doesn't get to talk much because he's color. Okay, so
I talk when I need to.
Trzynski gives it in to Dove for the Tigers, but it's scrapped up by Tracy. Tracy shoots it, misses. Foul called on the Comets. On number 20, that's her fourth. Kloss. Dove inbounds it into Trzynski. Trzynski with the hook shot, misses. Zinwicks and Applegren
Jump
fighting
ball.
over the ball.
No, I don't get why they call it jump ball. 'Cause it's not like they're jumping for the ball. It's
Well, they used to, every time jump ball's called, they'd jump for it.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They stopped that a while ago because it took too much time.
You learn something new every single day.
Okay, so Tracy for the Tigers gives it into Trzynski. Trzynski drives it in, gets blocked, gets the blocked ball, then puts up the shot but misses. Rebound by Zinwicks. Zinwicks having trouble with the ball for the Comets. So Paige LeHay will bring it up the court for the Comets. Gives it over to Kloss. Kloss and Zinwicks to Kloss. Kloss for the shot, gets blocked by Dove. But the ball goes out of bounds. So it'll be Comets ball.
4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Oh, I was going to say, because the fouls turned 5.
Riley Applegren gets the ball as it rolls on the ground. Tracy will brings it up, gives it to Dove. Dove to Applegren. Applegren gives it over to corner to Armin. Gets called for a travel. Down in the corner. 3:48 left in the game. 58-29. Tigers over the Comets.
I feel like those Comets are going to make a comeback.
The winner of this game will come back here and play St. Ignace Thursday, March 12th on this very court.
And we will be covering that one if the Tigers win. If they don't, we won't come here. But
Pass inbounded is broken up by the Tigers. Tracy driving down the court. Misses it. Rebound by Kangas. Kangas gets fouled.
shooting two at the line.
It's like one of the Comets players tries to get a charge, but ends up flopping because Tracy kind of falls back. So they didn't look the greatest there, but Kangas will shoot two at the line. Makes the first one. Has her first point of the game. 3:28 left in the
Shooting
game.
the second free throw too.
Misses that one. Almost gets her own rebound, but the pass is stolen by Tracy. Gets called for a double dribble. So it'll be Comet ball. Bring the ball up the court will be Jones for the Comets. Pass into Watchhorn. Watchhorn misses it.
Well, kids of all ages has come to see this because I see like 3 babies up in the crowd. Just it's like everybody wants to see this.
Okay, I don't have a choice. Armin gets the pass from Dove, who passes to Julia Hunt, who hands it off to Tracy. Gives it to Dove. Dove for 3, just misses. Rebounded by Armin. Armin with the jumper, misses. Gets her own rebound, takes it for the layup, makes it, make it 59-29 with 2:40 left. Excuse me, 61-29 with 2:30 left in the game. Armin brings the ball up the court for the Tigers, gives it over to Dove. Dove to Hunt. Hunt tries to give it into Kangas, but
Pass a little high.
gives it to Bell. Bell with a shot, misses. Rebound by Watchhorn, puts it up, misses. Dove gives it way up the court to Armin. Armin will get fouled by Kendra LaHaye. Shooting 2 at the line.
Hey, Cameron.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I get in your way. I'm late. My bad. Shooting free throws now.
Misses
the first one. Jinx.
2:07 left, 61-29.
9.
Tigers on top. Coming in for the Comets.
Number 4.
Caitlin Bell,
No.
who is in 9th grade. She's a freshman.
Shooting her second. Misses that one too.
Rebound by LaHaye, who gives it to Caitlin Bell. Caitlin Bell will get fouled. So it'll be Comet ball. Bell with it. Gives it over to Jones for the Comets. Gives it to Zenwicks, who gives it back to Jones, but pass broken up by Dove. Dove takes it down, but he's stolen. Falling on it is Julia Hunt and Jones of the Comets. Bringing it back to the court will be Jones for the Comets. Gives it in to LaHaye, who gives it back out to Jones. Jones for 3, misses it. Tries to get her own rebound, but it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Comet ball. Bell to bring it up the court. Gives it over to Jones. Jones dribbling around, gives it into LaHaye. LaHaye back to Jones, who gives it over to our player. And then it's Julia Hunt, steals it. Gives it up to Dove. Dove into Armin. Armin just misses. Rebound by some Tigers and some Comets.
Some Tigers and some Comets. That's how the Dinosaurs ended, isn't it? Pass knocked away. That's travel there by the Comets player. 55 seconds left in here. Reminds me of that song, I Can't Drive 55. Let's go. Passed on the arm to Kangas.
So Tigers, the point, 2 points are made there. So it's 40 seconds left. Tigers on top, 63-29. Jones with the ball for the Comets, gives it over to number 14, who gives it back to Jones, back to number 14, who gives it in to Bell, who misses it, misses a shot, saved from going out of bounds by Armin. Armin gives it up to Dove, who gives it over to Karina Tracy over in the corner, gives it over to Hunt. Hunt to dribble up, gives it to Armin. Armin with the jumper, makes that one with 7 seconds counting down. 65-29. Looks like Tigers going on to regional finals. Tigers fans pretty happy about that.
Well, we've had an exciting night tonight. I mean, it's been on and off, but over the second quarter, the Tigers just kept attacking. And
so it looks like the Lady Tigers will come back here Thursday.
That means we have to come too.
Facing St. Ignace, who won tonight.
I mean, yay, we get to come back here too.
So the final score is 65-29. Comets sadly lost, so that'll be the end of the road for them. But
yeah, there always has to be a loser in a game, but if you made it to regionals, that's gotta give you something. That's something to look forward to.
Chelsea Kloss looks like they're one standout player for the Comets.
Yeah, nobody else hardly made anything.
So at the end,
Vanessa Shook for the Hillman is the standout player because she made 3 threes in that game. I can't even count that how many twos.
So at the end of the game, we'll be back Thursday to cover the Hillman versus St. Ignace game. And so thank you for tuning in to
this has been Cameron and Fisher.
Signing off for HHSBC in Rudyard. See you next time.
Don't worry. You'll hear our voices Thursday.